Yeah. You should never call natives native Indians. They are not Indians. Indians are from India. So it's super disrespectful to them. They do not like that shit at all. They will correct you. Quick like. I have native blood too, but yeah. Not many people know that because, the government teaches the native Indians, the Indians. No, the white people came over here and said they look like people from India, so they called them Indians because they have the same skin color. They're not. They are natives. Native Americans. Okay, I love you. I love you, but you gotta get down, babies, okay? Yeah. All right, here we go. And stay right there, I guess, until I have too many cards on this table. Then you're gonna have to back up, okay? You want me to turn the light down so you can look at their faces or look at the screen? Yeah. Better? You see now? Yeah. Now you can look. What? What? What do you want? Yep. Stole everything from them. Why are you looking at me? We're about to do a past life reading. All right, you ready? Okay. You're probably gonna freak out when cards start flying everywhere. Here we go. Nope, because look. Ready? You can't rub your face on these ones. I said no. She always likes to rub her face on my cards. So who was in here last night when the computer thing went dun 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 dun? Who was in here? Because it just did that shit again. And Patchy's right here, so she obviously didn't do it. Bro. Patchy, do your job. Go figure out what that was. Why is it just when I do past lives? What is it? You're not gonna go see? You're just gonna stand here? Yeah, there's something. But I'm a medium. Yes, my channel's off and only. What was that? It sounds like an animal or like a moaning. No, not my cat. Something over there. So the other day, there was like this huge stampede sounding thing that went from underneath my house, like all the way across my house. It was like, it was really loud. Everybody could hear it off the microphone. And then there was this thing happening with the yeah. And there was this thing happening with the computer last night, and it's only yeah. And then last night was the computer thing, and then it's doing it again tonight, and it's only when we do these past lives you're still hearing shit that this stuff starts happening. And not just a normal past life. I'm talking about like the past lives that are uncovering stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's way weird. Yeah, look, power, abuse of power. Everyone else was like, I mean, I even went out there. So she's freaked out now. Like I moved my foot and she heard it and she kind of freaked out. You're gonna fall off the edge, bro. Like that is where the table ends. Oh God, Patchy, you better not fall off. Oh yeah, and then the camera moved by itself, what, twice, Tina? I know, exactly. Exactly. Fall off. Okay, don't fall off, okay? Alright, so wow, yes, yep, uh-huh. Wait, okay, wait, hold on. What's a proletariat? Proletariat. What's a pro? It's PROLETARIAT. Anybody know what that is? I don't know what that is, but it's revolution and it's either on war or uprising or proletariat, whatever that is. Somebody did like Google it and look up what the meaning is. Okay, so then we have childhood trauma and abandon. What? Huh. Okay, so maybe it's like a what's it called when they like boycott or whatever, like working, you know? Maybe it's like a boycott. We have children and loss. We have animals and animal lover. Okay, we have Casanova, alternative sexuality and Casanova. Hey, Vicky. Doing another past life now. We have adventure and pioneer. We have destroyer and destruction. Actually, be careful. Okay, all right. Yeah, we have injustice, payback, or revenge. We have religious discrimination. Yeah, that sounds about right. We have bully, flying monkeys. Ooh, we have MURDER. And it's in between MURDERER and witness. Oh, huh. In ancient Rome. Good to know. We haven't done one in Italy. What if that's the place? That would be so cool if the next one was in Italy. That would be so cool. It makes so much sense. Like, Italy is where it all comes from. The Catholic Church, the Roman Empire. It's gotta be, right? You want me to open the door, Patchy? Here. I'm gonna open the door for you. Let me make sure she has water, y'all. Want some more water, baby girl? Uh-oh. Here. I'll get you some. Hold on. I get you water. Hold on, baby. Hold on. Hold on. No, no, no. Look, look, look. Mama's gonna get you some more. Here, Patsy. Here. Here. Look. Here. 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 Look. 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 Come on. There you go. Have some more. There you go. Okay. Yeah, because a lot of this stuff is ran through the Catholic Church. That's what the messed up part about it is. Like I think there was 2 of them that started at the Catholic Church. Like not like it was like orphanages ran by the Catholic Church, and that's what led to the tunnels underneath. So it's definitely relevant. Okay, it's hitting hard for me. We have construction and other. We have rural living, woodsman, and it's in between woodsman and hunter. We have execution and executioner. Yeah. We have extraterrestrial again, watcher or guardian. That's how you know this is going to be it. Yep, look, secrets kept in the dark. Yeah, this is going to be another one. Yep. Earth disaster and building collapse. This is it. This is going to be the last one. Artist and hobbyist. Yeah, World War, and it says Allied invader and Allied defender. We have insanity, mania. Oh my God. We have burned, and it's in between persecution and book burning. What did I just say about these have been about uncovering sacred knowledge that has been tried to keep quiet. They tried to burn this knowledge away. It started with the Romans. The Romans tried to burn it away, that we never found out that they are the ones that disrupted the Bible, that they are the ones that corrupted religion, or this religion, Christianity. Yeah, government and governor. And fire disaster, explosion. Bro, and we have the bomb card. Look. We have fire disaster, explosion, and then we have destroyer and destroyed, and then we have book burning and fire. Burned and book burning. But it's in between persecution and book burning, but yeah. Yeah, dude, this is gonna be it. And it has to children and loss and childhood trauma abandoned. And then we have abuse of power. And power at the bottom of the deck. Ricky, this is a past life reading. Nobody's in here to bring anything else outside of them listening to the past life reading. You can message people or whatever like that, message your own people or whatever like that, but don't interrupt the past life reading, please and thank you, okay? I understand your need to do that, but that's very rude to come on to somebody else's stuff and try to bring that into my life, okay? When I'm channeling, I have to stay focused on the channel. Okay. The revolution, war, or uprising. Okay, so I'm going to start with childhood trauma and abandon. It's okay. You're fine. I'm just letting you know. I'm not hating on you or anything. Anyone here is welcome to message you if they would like to know anything about the second coming of Christ or anything like that you have to offer. But this is really important. This is knowledge that's been hidden away from all of us, okay, for thousands of years, including in your religion. So it should be interesting to you as well, because the true religion was corrupted by the Romans. Yeah. It's not just it's all the governments of the world, believe it or not. Tomorrow, it's every single one of them. It's not just our government. Our government is the worst, for sure. But this is happening all over the world because remember, at the base of it are extraterrestrial beings, okay, that are very dark, and they've been controlling humanity since before there was even a Bible, okay, before this last time humanity was created, before Adam and Eve. They've been here, these reptilians. And so they are the ones that are running everyone. Like Elon Musk. Yeah, you don't believe me? Oh, I shouldn't say the name. I shouldn't say it. Let's call him Musk. We're gonna call him Muskrat. So Muskrat, there is plenty of video evidence showing where his nanny is terrified and became a devout Christian because she was so scared of the fact that he opened a portal when he was 6 and we're talking to beings that were like reptilian looking. Okay, and these beings have always told him what to do, right? So he is literally their puppet. And the only reason why he's not president, which he is, he's president right now. I'm just letting y'all know that right now. The other guy, I'm going to call him Wig. If he looks like he wears a wig. Wig is not the president. Muskrat is the president. Because Muskrat is from Africa, he can't be the president legally. So he's using Wig as a meat suit to control everything. Since when can a civilian that has no political grounding or standing or backing hold a press briefing in the Oval Office while his 5-year-old son fixes boogers and tells Trump he's not the president? Since when is that something America does? I'm just going to sit here and wait for y'all to answer that. Okay? He's the one running everything, and because he's running everything, the reptilians are the ones that are running everything. I promise you. It sounds insane, but I swear to you on everything, this is what's happening. You've been talking to who? Been talking to who? Because I don't like that. What do you mean he knows? He's the one that's being controlled by them. Yeah, I think they're full of shit. Why would somebody that is in contact with him be on my TikTok right now? Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and block you now because I don't like that shit. So I'm just gonna go ahead and block you. Okay. Okay. The fuck out of here with that. What the actual habit? What the fuck? Like, shit, goodbye. Bye-bye. The fuck on my shit? No. Mm-mm. Yeah, I was trying to be nice, but yeah, that's a no for me. Somebody talking to me. What the fuck? She's either Delulu or she doesn't need to be on my life. Yeah. See, this is what I get for trying to be too nice. When I don't have my moderators in here that know better than to let that kind of stuff happen, y'all just got to be like, hey, let's get her gone, okay? Y'all just got to tell me because I just will just be too nice. So don't let me do that, okay? Back to the reading, okay? What's a ban in childhood? Let me see. What's going on here? Let me tap in. Okay. That says chameleon. Chameleons are reptilians. I can't make it the fuck up, y'all. I really can't. Changeability, adaptability, elusive, camouflaging, and shape-shifting. Like I said. And here comes the trusty ducksty horrible freaking past life deck that we use because this is crazy. And this imagery on these cards just like bring it out every time. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Wait, why is that card in there? That's weird. Is Rome cold? No. That's weird. That's not even the same type. Okay, fuck it, I don't care. Right? Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. Very strange. It's not really. I mean, it's just you're gonna see this a lot during this reading. It gets so much crazier than that. Like when you start seeing me going like, that's how you know it's gonna get super crazy. Okay, so okay. I'm trying to figure out. Are you a male or female? Let's figure out if you're male or female. Let's see. I'm getting boy. Yeah, I'm getting a boy. Is he a boy? Yeah, you were a boy. Oh my god, that card says what? Chameleon. Oh god. And it's the fuck is that thing? Bro, and with these cards, I gotta really look for a hot minute because there's so much symbolism and stuff in here. There's a freaking knight that's wearing a bird freaking helmet that's metal. And then the other knight, it's like they're reptilian soldiers or something. Adaptability, adjustment, and camouflage. I literally can't. Look. Adaptability. I know y'all have to read backwards, but I'm trying to make sure my arm doesn't move. Adaptability, adjustment, and camouflage. And his thing has scales on it. Like, look. It's scales. But look it up here, though. Look at this. Look at the helmets, dude. And look at the flags. That's a freaking dinosaur on that flag right there. And look at his helmet. It's like a face. Like a mean face. And why are they so much bigger than him? And that's a human. Looks like. Chameleon and chameleon. Two different decks. I'm gonna leave it out. So yeah, you were a boy. You could have been a chameleon, actually. I don't know. I don't think that you would be the chameleon, though. Okay. So you were abandoned at childhood. Was he abandoned at childhood because of the fire? Yes. Okay. Longevity, commitment, eternity. The Queen of Water and the Two of Earth. Sextons and Oaktons. Science, education, mentorship. So your parents didn't leave you on purpose. They died in the fire. Were they? Okay. Okay, science. Yeah, and it says book burning. Did they die in the fire that caused the burning of the knowledge? Yes. Wow. Okay, this is already coming so fast. Okay. So I think the knowledge, the book burning, the knowledge, I think that was something that your parents were digging into. I think your parents were like those people that were like undercover like spies that were trying to get this knowledge to safety. But I think they did get it to safety. I think they successfully copied it and gave it to you, and that's how it got out here. But they did die in the fire. Now let's see. Was the fire caused by the reptilians? That's a little bit too sideways. Was the fire caused by the reptilians? Oh, come on. Was the fire caused by the reptilians? Were the people working for the reptilians? They're giving me a yes and a no. Was the fire that killed his parents part of this dark forces that are controlling the narrative? No. Did the parents cause the fire in order to make them think that the information was gone? Yeah. Yeah, perfection, completion, and yeah. It was not out of ego. Were they on to him? Were they on to them? Yeah, y'all won't believe what card just came out. The card that connects all of the lives together. If you've been here, you know. If you know, you know. I'm just saying. End of naivety, truth, revelation. Okay, transition, responsibility, adjustment. So yeah. I feel like I'm getting too far ahead of it already. Okay, hold on. Let me pull it back some. There's too much here that I haven't figured out yet. What's with his boss and the children? Did he have a sibling that passed? Yes, okay. Okay. Yeah, assistance, encouragement, and patronage. So because your sibling passed away due to whatever this is over here, that's why your parents got the nerve to dig so deep and try to be like they were patriotic about getting like exposing the bad people, exposing the people that were trying to they were the ones that were trying to have the war, the uprising. They were the ones that were trying to have the revolution. The parents were trying to lead the revolution because their child was taken from them because of the situation. Was the child a military? No. Was he a casualty of war? Or she? No. Okay. Was this person a hunter? Yes. Okay. So you were a hunter. You became a hunter. Okay. Like you loved animals, but you still were hunter. You were a hunter. So was he the animal lover? Yeah. Okay. Oh, was it a sister? Did he have a sister? Was it a sister that died? No. Okay. It was a brother? Yes, it was a brother. He was older, right? Yes, for older? No. He was younger? No, hold on. Why was the baby in the way? Why was the baby even in danger is what I want to know. Did the parents even get exposed to this stuff before the child passed? No. So how did the child get passed before there's even going on? Oh, was it the building collapse? It was the building collapse, and then you guys were looking into how the freaking building collapsed. Your parents were looking into how it collapsed, and they dug down a rabbit hole that found all kinds of shit that they freaking did on purpose because they wanted the land because there was something under the freaking ground that they wanted. So they collapsed the building with fucking people in it, and your baby brother got killed in the building collapse. That is so fucked up, motherfuckers. I can't. Why can't you just be like, oh, there's a smoke alarm, let's get out, and then like, what the fuck, man? It's crazy as hell, man. So yeah, that's why your parents were like, why would it collapse? It was like a new building. Like there was no reason for this building to collapse whatsoever at all. Period. It should not have done what it did. And at this point, y'all were blind. Like the parents were blind. They had no idea what was going on in their country at all. Like they were oblivious. But when their child perished in this building collapse, they started wondering how the heck that happened because the husband was a carpenter. He did construction. He knew that the building was sound, or he wouldn't have been living there. And he knew it wasn't a regular collapse. It wasn't a sinkhole. It was like boom, like it was some type of like triggered something. Like he said, like there had to have been like little bitty things that went off on the corners or something that made it go. And it wasn't like all four done it at the same time, like the Twin Towers. It was like two corners were done, and it did it like this, like half the like. So here's the building, right? Is a triangle. It's like only this part's crumbling. You know what I'm saying? Like just this part. I was just told to get a pen and a paper. Not a bomb because it didn't go boom. It was like secretively, like they knew what they were doing. Like they played it off. Are you still in here, Timmy? Because even if you're not, I'm still doing this past life reading, but I want to make sure that you're still in here because we're doing it regardless whether you're in here or not. But it would be nice to know you're still in here. Just saying. Okay. Okay. Just making sure. So I think it was Rome because they're kind of like close together, kind of. But this one's like me and the devil side by side. Me and the devil standing side by side. I don't know what that's about. Me and the devil. I don't even know how it goes exactly. It's just like yeah. But there was like a sidewalk or something here. but there was like a grate down here. And it went underground. This was like some type of a thing down here with passageways. This. But this right here, so it's like this part of the building, only this part came off. Like all that, right? But because they wanted it condemned, because this is like the land, this is like the level of the ground, and there was like this grate down here. And down here was like a room, right? Like this. And that had like some like electrical piping and stuff like that. But underneath that, which was all concreted off, I mean, this was solid concreted off. They couldn't get to it unless if they did this. Wouldn't surprise me. That's why they took out the freaking Appalachian Mountains for the fucking shit that's in batteries. I forgot what it's called. For Muskrat, because of his battery needed cars, his cars that need battery lithium mines. That's why they took out. That's why that hurricane took out the entire Appalachian Mountains, and among other things, by the way. But they wanted that land. And I don't know about Iceland. I don't know nothing about Iceland, really. So anyway, this all down here, I just heard Underground Railroad. What the fuck is underground? I thought that was only Underground Railroad. I never channel and draw like right. Like I'm an actual, believe it or not, this is horrible, but I'm an actual artist. Yeah, because they opened them. They didn't break. They opened them. That's what I'm saying. And the hurricane was controlled to make it sit over the same area for hours at a time. That's not a natural hurricane. That's not what hurricanes do. So they opened the dams and claimed that they broke. No, the fuck they didn't. They're perfectly fine. They didn't break. You opened them up and wiped everyone off the fucking map. Billions of people are dead now because of you. Fucking sick bastards. Anyway, let's not get into that. That's off topic. But yes, we can go there, bro. I have so much knowledge. Like I got you. So I just heard like Underground Railroad. But to me, this is like saying that, Ava, hey honey. Like there may be like some type of something going on here. This is some type of spiritual thing on here, but it goes into 3 different directions. And it makes me think of the Halls of Amenti. Like, okay, have y'all ever seen that movie? This is crazy. So have y'all ever seen that movie? It's like a little white dog and he's like a genius scientist and he has like a little boy as a child. He's like a little dog, like what's his name? Gosh dang it. I missed you. It's a cartoon movie kind of. Like there's a little white dog and he's genius smart and he has a child as a pet. Like he's the only one. Everyone else is human. So everyone makes fun of the kid for having a dog as a father. But he's Einstein genius and he creates this Wayback Machine. It's called the Wayback Machine. It's a time machine. You know what I'm talking about? They went back in time to Egypt one time to King Tut, remember? And I think that's when the little boy had to pretend that he was King Tut's wife. I don't know, or the girlfriend or something like that. And it's not that old. It shouldn't be that old. It's like in like 2010 or something like that. Ava, do you know what I'm talking about, Ava? Anyway, this is what they're showing me. I wouldn't I wouldn't bring this stuff up if it wasn't relevant. This is what they're showing me is this movie. And in this movie, you never seen it? Oh, And in this movie, I'm trying to think of the name of it. They go to Egypt and they end up running for their lives. The little boy and the dad dog. And yeah. Yeah, it was a cartoon. And the Wayback Machine, and he ended up taking it on his accident on himself. Yeah, the first time he went was like he went and saw what's that famous artist, like the most famous artist there is, one that draws like the weird shit. No, it was a lady that drew the Mona Lisa. Whoever drew the Mona Lisa, he showed him first, and then he let him fly the first airplane ever flown. It was like a glider plane or whatever. Then he went to the Egypt and he saw Egypt, and he was like taking his son everywhere to show him true history instead of just teaching him history in the book. He actually went back in time on the Wayback Machine and took him to history so he could actually see the real history. Long story short, they were running from the Egyptians because the Egyptians were after them because they told them, like, they were freaked out by them and their crack or whatever. You know what I'm saying? No. It's called like Mr. Somethings. Mr. Somethings. He's a white dog. He's a little white dog and he walks on 2 feet. And he's got a big ass head. He kind of looks like Peter Griffin's dog. What's that show? Family Guy's dog. He kind of looks like him a little bit. That's how he acts, kind of. Anyway, so my point being is they're showing me the boy in the no. Mm-mm. It was in like 2012 or something like that, or maybe even 2014 is when it was made. Here, you know what? It's gonna drive me crazy. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get it. I'm gonna go find it. Hold on. Mr. Peabody and Sherman. Mr. Peabody. Mr. Peabody and Sherman. Oh, okay, DiMario. Okay. Mr. Peabody and Sherman is what it's called. And it was such a cute thing because he was like, his dad loved him and he had such a loving relationship. And like, you know, it was sad because he couldn't, like, he was made fun of or whatever. And he accidentally took the principal's daughter to the, oh, we're going way off topic here. My point is, they're showing me when the dad dog and the kid was running from the Egyptians, they got into the boats. And we're supposed to take through the halls of the Menti, right? And there was three passageways just like this. And you didn't know which one led you to the afterlife or which one led you to sudden death, because one of them led you to a brick wall and bam, you bashed into it like a boat, like that. Another one took you to the afterlife, okay, and another one took you to something else. I don't know. So there was 3 boats, and as soon as you come through the thing, you get on one of those 3 boats, and it's going, and you can't stop it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there ain't no way to stop it. So the boy was like trying to jump over into his dad's boat. It was really, really scary and sad. But long story short, they got flung right out. Oh yeah, the other one gets you flung right out. One of them takes you to the underworld. The other one flings you right back out into the desert, into the sand, and then one makes you die. So they end up getting flung out. This is what they just put into my head. So I don't know what the F that's gonna have to do with anything, but it might have to do with the fact of this Noah's Ark, the boat. And this is the card that came up for every single freaking past life that has to do with what we're talking about here, about this ancient knowledge being revealed. And it always has to do with them. And we already found out who these 2 people are. The only one left is this one. And tell me how she's not darker. Because the first one, that was the purple one, which was Michelle. And then last night Michelle was the one that had her baby that died. Ava, you were here for that, right? Her baby had passed away and she became this wrath of like divine wrath to take out the people that took her baby or whatever. And then this one ended up being the blue people from Atlantis last night. They were from Atlantis. Okay, and then this is the only one that's missing. is this one that has something to do with Earth here. And then those are the 3 people that are involved, that are beings that are from a higher dimension that are here that helped save the knowledge. Now, Teresa's past life yesterday, she wasn't one of these beings, but she was. This is the 3rd one, Ava. This is it. Girl, listen. And the reptilians are, look, both of these cards came out. This is one of these cards. Chameleon, the first card that ever came out. Changeable, adaptability, elusive, camouflage, and shapeshifting. No, I just started. I haven't even started, Ava. All I have is the circle cards put out. Those are the only 2 cards out. These 2. And then this one came out of this deck. Chameleon. And look at those soldier guys and look at their helmets and stuff. Isn't that weird? I literally just started. These are the only 2 cards that came out for this one. And they came out while I was asking a question. And then the only other card that came out was this one. So I'll reread off the circles. And then it just made me draw this. So pretty much all that's happening so far is what I got is that he had a brother. It's a man, and we're doing Timmy, which is captain, okay? He's a boy, and his family was just a normal ass fucking family living in this building right here. Okay? And I don't know how much older he was than his brother, but his brother was a kid, like maybe 1 or 2, maybe an infant even. And then all of a sudden the building collapsed. Okay, and all I know is that these 2, this corner and then the corner that's on the other side, had like 2 little bitty reactors that made it look like it was a natural like crumble. But his dad was a freaking construction worker, and he knew that building was sound. He would have never lived there. The building was sound. So the parents went down a rabbit hole trying to figure out why the heck that happened, and then they figured out it was a who, and then they wanted to figure out who it was, and that's why they ended up getting, so far all I know is that they got burned, and this book burning happened, and his parents died because they were trying to save or get the knowledge so that they couldn't, the same knowledge we've been looking for that the chameleons had control over. They were trying to get the knowledge and then get it safe, and that's how they died. That's all I know. It got skipped way past my normal time, how I normally do it. So I'll read you the circles so you can help channel too. Okay, so also, if anybody has any information that they get through, this is an open page to channel anything that they wish to channel. It happens. Let me put this other one in too. Okay. So you got the murder one, right? You heard murder? Yeah, my mic always says. Yes, we got that one. Murder. Book burning. Building collapse. Earth disaster. Extraterrestrial. This one says watcher or guardian. Power and abuse of power. Abuse of power. This card came out for every single one. Every single one. So is this one. Execution and executioner. Destruction and destroyer. Secrets kept in the dark. Kept in the dark. Bro, have y'all ever had these Uncrustables? I don't like them except for these ones are so good. It's the hazelnut one. It's chocolatey. It's so good, bro. I'm gonna get so fat sitting here like that. We have construction and other. Maybe he was like an architect or something. We have governor and governor, government and governor. Religious discrimination. Bully and flying monkey. We have World War, Allied defender, and Allied invader. It's in between the two. We have rural living, which says hunter, which he was a hunter. I already asked that. He was the hunter. He became a hunter for some reason. And he was also the animal lover. We have animals and animal lover. And he was also that. I asked that already. We have artist and hobbyist. We have injustice and payback or revenge. Yeah. I've seen 3 wooden crosses everywhere here down south, right? That's just a thing we have. We have 3 wooden crosses all up the highways and shit. Like it's just everywhere. Tell me how I never realized that there was freaking bodies on these freaking crosses. That Jesus and the 2 men are on these crosses hanging. I mean, what? Those are bodies. Like you see the feet. See that, like the calves, the butt area, the arms. Those are the arms, bro. And she's like, please don't, please don't. With it being after Teresa's last night, like this is like, and especially because we're talking about Rome here. Oh yeah, so Rome has something to do with this because I asked her what this word meant. Because it was on this proletariat, proliterate or whatever. Because it says revolution, but it says proliterate or whatever that is, proliterate. Teresa looked it up and she said it meant the lowest class people of the society in Rome, in ancient Rome. So we're talking about Rome here, and this is again, and what's crazy is because before this, I did the narcissistic abuse awareness class thing, and somehow it turned into talking about the corruption that Rome imposed on the actual belief system. That was what it was before Rome imposed its beliefs or its own spin on shit. That was like a whole rant I went on for like 45 minutes, and then here we are. We have insanity and mania. We have alternative sexuality and Casanova. We have adventure, and it's in between explorer and pioneer. We have fire, disaster, explosion. We have children and loss. That's the baby that got lost. And we have childhood trauma, abandoned. Because he was abandoned as a child because his parents ended up dying in the pursuit of this knowledge. And I'm pretty sure it had to do with that library or that book burning. And tell me if this freaking lines up. Are you still in here, Cindy? If this lines up the Library of Alexandria with the first person we ever got, I'm gonna lose my shit. That's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna lose my shit. Because that's gonna be wild as hell. It's like full circle. No, I know you're here. I was asking Cindy. Remember Cindy, the guy that was in the Library of Alexandria, and his daughter is the one. Wasn't that your lifetime, Cindy? I know you were here, even if it wasn't your lifetime. That's going to be crazy if that was, if this links up with that. Wait, wasn't Alexandria in Rome or something? Wasn't that near Rome? Wasn't that right during the time when they integrated the Bible into their belief systems, and that's why it had to be burned? And didn't I say that the reptilians were the ones that were trying to get the guy to not get away with the books? Oh my God, bro. This is it. I'm telling you. Who was here for that? Somebody's got to know. Somebody was here for that. I think you and Chris were here. I think the comments are taking a very long time to. It was the Korean one. They ended up being like, you know, the girl ended up creating this like this group of Korean badass women that were to protect the knowledge that he escaped from the Library of Alexandria. But am I right about the fact that the Library of Alexandria was near Rome or around that, and was the burning that we were talking about like around that time of them trying to enter the Bible? Oh my God, that's so crazy. Okay, that's crazy. So, all right, well, I think this is in Rome, you guys. I think it's in Rome. I do. I think it's in Rome. It's like that's where they were operating the most out of. And we have brainwashing here, and it's not social, political, or religious. It says other, which means what I'm getting when I see this brainwashing, when it says other, it's, first of all, I've never gotten on other before. It's always been on one or the other. Oh yeah, they're the ones that purposely took out part of the Bible. The story that we were talking about earlier. Tomorrow, remember the whole thing I was telling you about, how they they took things out of the Bible, they changed things, they put rules in there that didn't belong in there. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is like, it's like I was channeling that before we even got here. Because what was weird is I was doing a collective reading and it had nothing to do with it had nothing. I don't know where I got everything from, but I went on a whole hour rant. It had to have been at least an hour. Whole hour rant on this. Exactly this. Out of nowhere. And I just like kept going. It was crazy. And I didn't even finish the collective reading because I didn't even know what the heck it was even about. I didn't even know. Okay, so we got him being abandoned because his parents. Okay, so they found out that the building wasn't just a building. Okay, that the building didn't just fall down out of nowhere. So what they found out was that they were trying to get under here because, like, there's the building, right? And then there's like, this is the ground like you walk on, and there's like this little grate down here, and down here was like a little building that had like the electrical stuff and the pipes, but they had poured a whole like 6 foot of concrete. Wow. There was no evidence. There was no half like missing door opening or like nothing at all. There was like, I think the inside of the outside, this is the basement, okay? This is the basement we're talking about. So say this is the basement, right? This is the outside wall of the building, which goes up like this. Like, here's the ground level, right? The sidewalk. And this is the building that like crumbled down over here, right? This is the outside basement wall, right? That's how big. The same circumference as the building itself, okay? This is how big the inside of it is. That little bit is the inside of the room, okay? Like, you have the water heater over here. You got some pipes running along the